The fantastic flying machine. Tesla stood on the cobblestone streets of Florence, her eyes filled with wonder as she watched artisans at work, creating intricate sculptures and paintings that seemed to come alive. But it was not just the art that captivated her. It was the boundless spirit of innovation that permeated the air. Florence was a city brimming with knowledge and ideas, where the pursuit of knowledge was celebrated. At 12 years old, Tesla possessed a mind that hungered for understanding. Her insatiable curiosity led her to explore the world around her with fervor. While other children played games or engaged in idle chatter, Tesla could often be found engrossed in books, devouring tales of discovery and scientific breakthroughs. Tesla's fascination with science and engineering went far beyond the pages of books. She had a knack for tinkering with gadgets and contraptions, always seeking to understand how they worked. She would spend hours dissecting broken toys, attempting to fix them or repurpose their components into something entirely new. Her room was a treasure trove of gears, wires, and mechanical oddities. As the sun set over the city, casting an orange glow over the rooftops, Tesla found herself in the heart of Florence's marketplace. It was there that she stumbled upon a small stall, tucked away amidst the bustling crowd. The stall was filled with old manuscripts, sketches, and peculiar inventions. Tesla's eyes widened with anticipation as she approached. Among the yellowed pages, her gaze fell upon a collection of sketches that caught her attention. They depicted fantastical machines with wings, propellers, and intricate mechanisms. These were the designs of none other than Leonardo da Vinci, the great artist and inventor. Tesla's heart raced with excitement as she traced her fingers over the intricate lines and annotations. She felt a spark within her, a flame of inspiration that refused to be extinguished. These sketches held the key to something extraordinary, something that could change the course of history. In that moment, Tesla made a silent promise to herself. She would create her own flying machine. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Tesla poured herself into her newfound mission. Her room transformed into a workshop, cluttered with tools, scraps of metal, and sketches that covered every available surface. She meticulously studied Da Vinci's designs, absorbing every detail, every hidden mechanism. Late into the night, when the moon cast its pale glow through her window, Tesla would sit at her desk, her brow furrowed in concentration. With steady hands, she sketched her own visions of a flying machine, combining elements of Da Vinci's designs with her own creative twists. Her fingers danced across the paper, bringing her imagination to life. She would spend hours engrossed in her work, oblivious to the passing of time. She experimented with different materials, testing the limits of lightweight yet sturdy materials that could withstand the forces of flight. Tesla's passion burned bright, fueling her determination to overcome any obstacle that stood in her way. In the midst of her tireless pursuit, Tesla found solace in the guidance of Professor Maxwell, a renowned scientist and inventor. Professor Maxwell had a gentle yet firm presence, with a lifetime of knowledge etched into the lines on his face. Tesla sought his counsel, sharing her dreams of creating a flying machine inspired by Da Vinci's sketches. Professor Maxwell listened intently, his eyes shining with understanding. He recognized Tesla's brilliance and passion, and he saw in her the same relentless spirit that drove him in his own scientific pursuits. With each meeting, he became more than just a mentor to Tesla. He became a source of inspiration and unwavering support. Together, they delved into the principles of aerodynamics, the intricacies of weight distribution, and the dynamics of lift. Professor Maxwell patiently explained the science behind flight, using everyday objects and simple experiments to bring complex concepts within Tesla's grasp. He encouraged her to think critically and creatively, challenging her to push the boundaries of her imagination. Under Professor Maxwell's guidance, Tesla's understanding of engineering deepened. She learned to visualize her designs in 3 dimensions, considering every minute detail. With each passing day, she grew more confident in her abilities and more determined to see her dream take flight. As Tesla's skills and knowledge grew, word of her inventions spread throughout the scientific community. Among those who heard of her talents was Dr. Ignatius, a fellow scientist who harbored a deep-seated envy for Tesla's brilliance. Driven by his own thirst for recognition, he saw in Tesla a threat to his own standing in the scientific community. Dr. Ignatius was a man of cunning intellect and deceptive charm. Behind his pleasant smile lay a mind filled with schemes and a heart consumed by jealousy. Learning of Tesla's pursuit of a flying machine, he saw an opportunity to sabotage her dreams and claim her ideas as his own. Under the guise of friendship, Dr. Ignatius insinuated himself into Tesla's world. He would casually engage her in conversations, attempting to extract information about her progress and designs. Unbeknownst to Tesla, he studied her sketches and listened intently to her discussions with Professor Maxwell, hoping to gain an advantage. Tesla couldn't shake a growing unease that settled in her gut whenever Dr. Ignatius was around. Something about his constant probing felt off, as if he had ulterior motives hidden beneath his friendly facade. She knew she had to protect her invention, her dream, from falling into the wrong hands. With a resolve that burned brighter than ever, Tesla made the decision to conceal her work. She transformed a forgotten storage room in the attic into her secret laboratory. The room was her sanctuary, hidden from prying eyes and shielded from Dr. Ignatius's watchful gaze. Within those four walls, Tesla toiled tirelessly, her fingers stained with grease and her mind consumed by calculations and designs. She devised a system of pulleys, levers, and gears that would enable her flying machine to take flight. Every night, under the soft glow of candlelight, she assembled and fine-tuned her creation, keeping it hidden from the world. The path to creating a flying machine was far from smooth. Tesla encountered numerous challenges and setbacks along the way, each one threatening to extinguish the fire within her. But she refused to let adversity dampen her spirits. She struggled with finding the right balance between weight and lift, experimenting with different materials and configurations. Wooden wings proved too heavy, and delicate fabrics tore under the strain. But with each failure, she grew more determined, learning from her mistakes and incorporating new insights into her designs. There were nights when doubt crept in, whispering in her ear that maybe her dream was too lofty, too unattainable. But Tesla silenced those doubts with her unwavering resolve. Failure was merely a stepping stone on the path to success. She would not allow setbacks to define her. They would only serve to fuel her determination. The late hours turned into days, and days turned into weeks as Tesla tirelessly worked on her flying machine. She recalibrated, redesigned, and rebuilt until every component aligned with her vision. With each adjustment, she could sense her invention inching closer to perfection. News of a prestigious inventors' competition spread throughout Florence, igniting a spark of excitement within Tesla's heart. It was the perfect opportunity to showcase her flying machine, to unveil her creation to the world and prove the worth of her relentless dedication. She feverishly prepared for the event, meticulously inspecting every nut and bolt, ensuring that every gear was oiled to perfection. The competition was not just a chance for recognition, it was a chance to inspire others, to spark their own curiosity and drive. The day of the competition arrived, and the air buzzed with anticipation. Tesla arrived at the grand venue, her heart pounding in her chest. She pushed open the doors and entered a vast hall filled with rows of eager spectators and esteemed judges. With her flying machine concealed beneath a white sheet, Tesla awaited her turn, her hands trembling with a mix of nervousness and excitement. As the moments ticked by, she mentally rehearsed every step, every detail of her presentation. Finally, her name was called. She stepped forward, her eyes shining with determination, and gracefully unveiled her creation to the astonished crowd. The flying machine stood tall, its wings stretched wide, ready to defy gravity and soar through the heavens. Dr. Ignatius, observing from the sidelines, could not hide his surprise. His face contorted with a mix of astonishment and resentment as he watched Tesla's invention emerge from beneath the sheet. In that moment, he realized that all his attempts to undermine her had been in vain. A sinister smile curled on Dr. Ignatius's lips as he realized that his last chance to thwart Tesla's dreams lay in the depths of his cunning mind. He couldn't let her succeed, couldn't let her overshadow his own accomplishments. With renewed determination, Dr. Ignatius set his devious plan into motion. He approached the judges, spinning tales of doubt and disbelief about Tesla's creation. He whispered insidious doubts, sowing seeds of suspicion that threatened to cast a shadow over her triumph. Unbeknownst to Tesla, whispers reached her ears as she awaited the judge's verdict. Doubts crept into her mind, threatening to dampen the fire within her. But she refused to let them extinguish her spirit. Deep down, she knew the worth of her creation, and she would fight for it. The tension in the room was palpable as the judges took their seats, their eyes fixated on Tesla and her flying machine. She took a deep breath, steadying herself, and began her presentation. Her words flowed with confidence, her voice ringing with passion and knowledge. She explained the principles behind her design, the meticulous calculations that ensured stability and maneuverability. She spoke of the countless nights spent refining every intricate detail, ensuring that her creation was not just a mere contraption, but a work of art. As she finished her presentation, Tesla's heart pounded in her chest, waiting for the judge's verdict. Silence hung in the air, the room suspended in anticipation. The judges exchanged glances, their expressions unreadable. Finally, a smile broke across the face of one of the judges. Applause erupted throughout the hall, growing in intensity with each passing moment. The judges unanimously agreed that Tesla's flying machine was a triumph of innovation and ingenuity. Tesla stood before the cheering crowd, her eyes glistening with tears of joy and relief. She had done it. Against all odds, she had proven the worth of her dreams. The weight of doubt and skepticism had been lifted, replaced by a resounding victory that echoed through the hall. In the midst of the applause, Dr. Ignatius stood, his face pale with defeat. His attempts to tarnish Tesla's achievement had been in vain. His deceit had been exposed for all to see. The crowd's cheers now turned into jeers, directed at the fallen scientist. Justice prevailed as the truth unraveled before the eyes of all. Dr. Ignatius, his reputation tarnished, faced the consequences of his actions. He slinked away into the shadows, a defeated figure who had underestimated the power of one young girl's determination. Tesla stood atop the stage, the symbol of triumph and inspiration. Her success was not just a personal victory, it carried a message that resounded far beyond the confines of the grand hall. She reflected on her journey, the countless hours of hard work, the moments of self-doubt, and the obstacles that threatened to derail her dreams. Through it all, she had learned invaluable lessons about resilience, perseverance, and the strength that lay within her. She understood that true innovation was not merely about creating something new, it was about defying the limitations set by others and daring to believe in the extraordinary. She had discovered the power of unwavering determination, of embracing failure as a stepping stone to success. As she looked out at the faces of the young, aspiring inventors in the audience, she knew that her triumph was not just her own. She had ignited a spark within them, an ember of curiosity and ambition that would continue to burn long after the applause faded. And so, Tesla stepped off the stage, her heart full of gratitude and purpose. Her journey was far from over. She knew that the world was filled with mysteries waiting to be unraveled, inventions waiting to be born. With a glimmer in her eyes and a smile on her lips, she embraced the next adventure that awaited her, ready to leave her mark on history.